Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Martin Zubimendi as Barca continue to eye the 60 million rated La Liga midfielder, as Xavi is still a great admirer. Secondly, in this video, we are going to be talking about Frankie de Jong as Barca continue to face complications in their attempts to renew his contract. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are so much welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona had an extremely difficult time finding a midfield earlier this summer. Due to the club's finances, they could not target a world-class star to replace the outgoing Sergio Busquets. In the end, due to financial constraints, they had to settle for Oriol Romeo. The former Girona star has not been a bad signing by any means, but it appears the club need more quality in the middle of the pack. According to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are expected to splurge on a new midfielder in the summer of 2024. The club have targeted three ideal candidates, including Atalanta's Ederson and the Newcastle United Bruno Guimaraes. The third option on this list is Martin Zubimendi, the Real Sociedad starlet who continues to draw praise due to his performances at the highest level. A product of the Sociedad youth system, Zubimendi has featured in over 150 competitive matches for the team. He is currently regarded as one of Spain's finest midfield talents. This is not the first time Barcelona are eyeing a move for Martin Zubimendi. In fact, the Spaniard was the club's top midfield target earlier in the summer, but the club were not in a position to finance that deal. Nevertheless, Zubimendi, who has a 60 million euros release clause in his contract, remains the utmost priority for Barcelona next summer, as the player is Xavi's favorite. Very few can blame Xavi for pushing a move for Zubimendi either. The 24-year-old is extremely talented on the ball and has the ability to circulate possession. Among the three options Barcelona are exploring, Zubimendi is the better suited to replace Busquets. However, it remains to be seen whether or not the Catalans can strike a deal with Real Sociedad this time around. Up to now, Barca still keep links with Zubimendi. Initially, I thought it is over because Barca were linked with him quite a long, in fact, for a very long period. And after some people thought it is over, it seems as though Xavi is still pushing the club to keep hold or to keep an eye on Zubimendi. 60 million or nothing. Real Sociedad did say that when Barca approached them several times for Zubimendi last summer and the other summer. Of course, looking for a Busquets replacement was the top priority last summer until Barca got their hands on a certain Oriol Romeo, who was a fit choice. Barca could not get their hands on the first, second, third, and fourth choice, all due to monetary constraints. The finances were not there. And it is no secret that Zubimendi have always been Xavi's top choice, But it looks now complicated though. It looks so complicated. 60 million is still the price tag that Sociedad will even entertain. Nothing less than that will be something enough for negotiations. Zubimendi himself has spoken on many occasions about the fact that he really loves his club Sociedad and he really wants to continue there. We know Sociedad are playing Champions League football, and during the summer, Zubimendi made mention of the fact that he really wants to play Champions League with a Sociedad shirt. And he said he prefers to stay there rather than replacing Busquets at Barca at that point in time. But from the look of things, those words haven't scared Barca a bit, as the club still remains so interested in Martin Zubimendi. Barca were also showing strong interest in some other top-class midfielders that past summer. We quite remember players like Joshua Kimmich of Bayern, where it was the second option, but that was also a far-fetched one, right? Because he's also an expensive player, quality player, and Bayern Munich knew very well that Barca would not be able to afford him, which they didn't, of course. So as it stands right now, Zubimendi still remains the top choice. We know Romeo has not been the man. He has not been the guy that we expected him to be. Honestly, I'm not too surprised about this. You are buying somebody for, in fact, he's not even the Barca type of player in the first place. Javi just brought him in because he was once a La Masia player. But that doesn't mean he's a type. He doesn't fit the system. And of course, he's not the kind of player that should play for a bigger club, a club big as Barca. Let me be honest with you. He has not been doing too well. Yes, he started preseason. He did well. He started the season early in La Liga. He was doing fairly good. But we have seen that Xavi have been benching him all because of poor performances. So let's see how the search for a new DM will look like. Will Zubimendi be a reachable target this time around? It's just to watch and see. Then on to the next story of discussion. As reported earlier today, Barcelona have already initiated contacts to secure the long-term futures of four key players in Pedri, Gavi, Araujo, Frankie de Jong. All four of them have their contracts expiring in 2026, and Barca are already laying the groundwork to extend their contracts, even though it would only come into force next season. Of course, while there are no complications expected as far as the renewals of Pedri, Gavi, Araujo are concerned, Luis Rojo of Marca claims that there could be some complexities with the case of the young. The 26-year-old is very aware of the Blaugrana's intention to offer him a new long-term contract, but is in no hurry to sign a new deal at this point in time. Furthermore, the report states that Frankie de Jong has not forgotten how Barca tried to force him out of the club and ship him off to United last year when they needed to cut their expenses and generate revenue. Even though he's happy at Barca, what happened to the past might be a concern when it comes to contract negotiations. However, it is new sporting director Deco who is leading the contract negotiation talks, and he has already communicated to Frankie's agents about the same, as as it was last year that the case is not longer the same. Barca are so happy and they want him to stay. Given the level of performance that the Dutchman is showcasing, Barca want to shield him at the club and they are ready to make an effort to tie him down to a new deal. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.